Welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. Tonight, the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds welcome the team from North Wright County. Big section implications on the line. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro, and Jerry Grant here. And Jerry, the Bluebirds coming in off 3 straight wins, including a nice victory on Saturday on the outdoor ice.
Well, that was a nice win on Saturday. What I really liked about the win, they scored 5 goals, but they only gave up 1. And as you keep moving through the season, what will get you places is playing good defense, shutting other teams down. And I like how they shut down the 2 real good players for Elk River.
Well, and on the other side, North Wright County comes in just 4-7, Howie, but 5 of their losses to teams ranked in the top 6.
Yeah, when we were talking to Coach B, when I was talking to Coach B, and she said, we set up the schedule to play some really good teams, and they certainly have. 4-7 is, you look on paper, isn't a great record, but considering who they played, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they don't have the same kind of offensive output that the Bluebirds do. They're averaging just over 2 points or 2 goals per game, but they have some good senior leaders who are going to try and get a hard-fought section win for them tonight.
Yeah, they're talking about Ava Nelson, and she's not the leading scorer on this team, but she plays the most minutes. She's got a lot of poise, a lot of leadership. They compared her to Ryan Suter because she's always on the ice, and they look to her for leadership for sure.
Yeah, and then you look at the Champlain Park Coon Rapids squad averaging over 4 goals a game, giving up less than 2. Yeah. And the greatest thing, Jerry, about it is that it much youth leading the way. Top 4 or 5 scorers, all underclassmen.
Yeah, and that's something you like to see is the balance scoring their game. Of course, they have the big scorers on the top of the sheet, but they've got kids that are scoring throughout the lineup. And I also want to mention that Wastrel is doing a pretty good job in the net.
Yes, she is. And really, freshman June Semling kind of coming into her own. She had a little bit of a slow start her first varsity season, but now 3rd on the team in scoring with, I believe, 16 points. She's had multi-point games, 3 games in a row coming into tonight's game. And they're hoping that top line will continue that type of production tonight against the Hawks. The Hawks and the Bluebirds take the ice next on CTN.
Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Back at the creek, just about ready to get this one started. North Wright County actually beat the Bluebirds last year in overtime. Howie, the team last year, you may remember, I think 8 or 9 games decided in overtime, and they had a decent record in the extra period, but a couple of them, like the one against North Wright County, that they thought they let get away from.
Well, yeah, they definitely did. Coach Gutty said, we did. We let them score late in that game and then force it to go to overtime, and then they gave up an overtime goal and lost 3-2. And he said, this is something we need to do, get a quick start. We can't give them confidence. We have to come out and dominate from the first puck drop.
Yep. Katie Lemke getting the start for the Riverhawks. She's got a 9.00 saves percentage, but giving up 3.35 goals per game. But again, on that flip side, you look at the competition that they've faced. Maddie Wastrel, 915 saves percentage, 2.12 goals against.
Well, guys, keep your eye on the fact that they've been having trouble staying out of the box, the Riverhawks. So that's a key for them. So we have to be able to stay out of the box.
Hansen with a shot for the Riverhawks, gloved and covered by Wastrel. So first shot of the game goes to the visitors.
Yeah, well, defensively, you want to see the players on the right side of the puck. You did not see that there. The Bluebird defender was on the wrong side. Get between that net and that player so they don't get that kind of break.
We talked about it on Saturday. One of the Cardinals' most veteran and leading defenders on the bench with a helmet on and pair of crutches under her arm, right behind head coach Todd Gutterman.
Well, hopefully she'll heal up quick. Good thing when you're young, you heal a little faster.
Well, they said there's a possibility 2 to 4 weeks. But as of right now, Aswegan on crutches. Nice indirect stretch pass, gets Brnovic flying into the offensive zone, lost the handle a little bit, bumped off it behind the net. Semling can't get it around Larson. Stepping up to keep it in is Alphen, puts it in on goal, turned away by Lemke. Played back behind by Eva Nelson. They'll try to break out the far side, broken up by Lily McKenzie. Good forecheck pressure from the Bluebirds, now kick free to Lucy Felling. She gets it ahead and out to center into the Bluebird zone comes Alexa Larson. Her shot probably going wide, but Wastra will cover it up just to be safe.
Yep, that's always a good decision. You see things kind of not going the way you want. You're lying out there for almost just over a minute. Get a whistle, get a change.
There's Kylie Aswegan and her crutches. Due to have an MRI tomorrow, and we certainly hope has good results, no ligament damage, and means she can come back relatively quickly. They definitely like to get her before the last month and a half to make sure she's back in game form. A turnover in the slot, still lose a chance. Wastrel able to kick it free. A great opportunity for Danny Whelan.
A little sloppy with the puck right now. There you go, move it fast.
Milton plays it behind. Del Castillo ahead for Evelyn Semling. Cross ice. And up the rink comes Isabel Roca. Dropped it off the boards for Reed. Reed pushes it back into the corner. Semling trying to center. Disturbed by the stick of Lemke. Good step up to hold the line for Taylor Zahalka. Taylor Zahalka, true team player. When Aswegan went down, she dropped back to fill the hole on the blue line. She wants to get back up front as soon as possible, but will do what her team needs, and that's just the kind of player you want on your roster.
Yeah, you got to love the fact that she's willing to step up and do what they need to do and go away from her natural spot.
Ketting can't stop it up along the boards. Good step up there by Zahalka. Stops the momentum of the Riverhawks. They'll try and play it back around the other way. Flipped up and out. First one there is Easton, gets it back for Alphen. Callie Alphen up the boards in the skates of Kyla Ketting. She fanned on the backhand pass attempt. Scooped up by Callie Alphen, works her way into the zone, knocked off her stick. Here's McKenzie with a shot. Blocker saved by Lemke, recovered by McKenzie, and then taken off her stick by Nelson. Nelson stays strong along that end line. Consistent pressure as Brnovic comes to squeeze her off the puck. Semling plays it out to the point. The shot by Paginen hit traffic. Scooped up out of the mess by Alexa Larson. Larson plays it across off the stick of Adrian Hansen. Hansen bumped off it by Briley Del Castillo as she enters the zone. Plays it around. Semling tried to play it up. Not enough on it. Lucy Felling keeps it active for the Riverhawks. Play it around, gets away from Del Castillo. Pulling it off the boards is Brnovic. She will get it out to center ice before she's out muscled off the puck. Good regroup in their own zone, but Weimer waited a little too long and had the puck stripped as she went to pass it. Semling will get it back into the zone. Dallum regroups far side. Played back to Hernandez. Ahead too far. Turned around by Evelyn Semling. Nola Milton into the zone. Will go cross ice into the far corner. Poked at, recovered by Dallum, who plays it back in. Olivia Reed tying up along the end boards for CPCR. She's pinned there by Paula Hernandez. Played to the line, but held by Milton bouncing puck in the slot, unable to control is Isabel Roca. Battle goes into the corner as it was going behind the net. Lemke said she's seen enough in her own end. She'll scoop it up, get some fresh troops out there, and see if they can play a little more at the other end of the ice.
Yeah. Well, one thing I noticed about the Riverhawks so far is that they're physical. They like to put a body on you and get after loose pucks and battle for them, and that makes for a good long day. You have to keep working at that yourself to try to win battles.
That one fired wide by Ketting as it was tied up in the midst of about 5 players. Played around far side. Piper Peterson able to scoop it off the boards, get it out to center, then knocked off her stick. Here's a steal for Caitlin Easton, stepping up on her backhand, poked away from her. She's able to recover on the boards, plays it down for Bowden in the corner. Bowden will swing it down to Ketting behind the net. Ketting tied up by a couple of Riverhawks, plays it toward the front of the net. Lemke couldn't control. Easton poking away at it. Ketting will battle into the corner with Shum. Easton stopped things up on the midboards. Comes loose to her. She'll take the shot, misses wide into the near corner. Tessa Bowden, first one there, crashes against the boards. Puck comes free, though, to the Riverhawks, and they're not able to get it out of the zone. They'll get some fresh troops out there. Efforts had it go under her stick, held momentarily by Alphen. Efforts gets it back in, broken up by June Semling. Efforts had it momentarily. Semling continues to battle in the corner along with Alexa Larson. Bernovic got it and played it around to the far side. Back down low. Semling spins and sends it through the blue paint. Zahalka steps up, will play it down into the corner, and Semling trying to, or McKenzie rather, trying to play it back to the blue line, but Bernovic had stepped toward the middle of the ice.
Good idea. A little off.
Semling had it chopped off her stick. Bernovic there to force it along, get it into the zone. Stopped up there by Nelson. McKenzie into support. Nelson comes away with it, able to work her way out to center ice. Poked away by Briley Del Castillo, and now fired in deep by Felling.
That was good team defense there. 3 players did not let her get through that area.
Pass skipped away from Zahalka, and nearly a great opportunity for Landcamer, but she could not hold on. Opportunity for Dallum, dangling a bit and plays it on net, and Wastrel loves and holds.
You know, when talking to Coach Gutterman, we talked about this squad. He says he reminds him a lot of Elk River, minus that big defender, that Humphrey from Elk River. But very similar style of play and matches up well with the Bluebirds.
Chance off the face-off. Blocker save for Wastrel on the shot by Landcamer. Behind the net, Olivia Reed gets it ahead for Evelyn Semling. She's bodied off the puck by Landcamer. Back behind, Nola Milton will reverse it back up the boards. Semling gets it ahead, but kept in there by Weiland. In low, Landcamer. Back out to the point. Shot through traffic, save Wastrel, and able to cover up the faceoff with Dallum right on the doorstep.
That was a very strong save by Wastrel there. She had traffic in front of her. She stuck with the puck. She kept her body down low and did not allow that rebound to get through her.
Well, yeah, and so far that the Riverhawks are controlling this game early on. They're getting more pressure down in the Bluebird ends, and the Bluebirds are able to get, it's still not a shot on goal according to our official scorekeeper for the Bluebirds.
Yeah, and that, you talk about defensive coverage, and you definitely don't want to leave an offensive player standing alone at the top of the crease. A turnover and a goal for North Wright County. Champlin Park, Coon Rapids, a little loose with the puck in their own zone, and it gets buried by Belle Leland.
Yeah, they had, Bluebirds had a couple nice shifts. They had the forecheck on a few minutes ago, but the last 2 shifts, the Riverhawks had it down here, and again, you'll see the turnover, just a bad pass slipped underneath the stick there as it did a nice counter, but then, whoops.
And Piper Peterson, a great feed. Belle Leland buries it and gives the Riverhawks the 1-goal lead.
Well, as I always used to say when I was coaching, once the first goal started,
They're going to go shorthanded right away, and Sidney Brnovic a little slow to get up in the corner after taking a hit.
Yeah, once the first goal went in, Howie always said, okay, the game just started, let's go.
Right, well, that's Leland's first goal, but I think that, the Riverhawks were pressuring, and it looked like they were about to get something in the back of the net, and that turnover really hurt them from the Bluebirds, and they were able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's definitely a check into the boards there. Had the stick in there as a cross check as well. There's a cross check is what the call is. That's dangerous. Whenever you see a player turn their back to you,
and they're going to give her 5.
They're giving her 5.
They're calling it a major because it was from behind.
Yeah, well,
that's a huge call.
That's a tough penalty.
And Howie, you had mentioned earlier that they had taken a lot of penalties, and to give up a major when just 8 seconds after you took a 1-goal lead against a team that is theoretically on paper the favored team and a section opponent. Now you give up an all-you-can-eat major power play.
Well, and they've got to capitalize, the Bluebirds, on an opportunity like this, especially after now trailing here 1-0.
Pressure.
Brnovic comes over to support, comes away with the puck. Puck played through the blue paint by Bowden. Bowden with it down low. Semling on the midboards. Got a little pressure, got it back out to the line. Callie Alphin able to step to the middle. Lily McKenzie coming back against the grain. Brnovic to Semling. Her shot is blocked. Brnovic can't spin and fire. Play to the line, held by Alphin. A shot deflected in traffic and ends up wide. And now the Riverhawks able to clear it the length of the ice.
Yeah, the Riverhawks were keeping the puck on the outside the dots. Didn't let the Bluebirds in the middle till the end there.
Long pass to Bowden. Bowden stripped of the puck by Landcamer. Landcamer gets it to Whelan, trying to cut to the center of the ice, denied by Bowden. And here comes Lily McKenzie. Lily McKenzie down the left wing. Trying to drag through a defender, loses the handle. Landcamer able to relieve her of the puck. Semling out to the point. Alphin will play it into the far corner. Zahalka first one there for CPCR. Pass off the skate of June Semling. Jumping on it is Landcamer, and she's going to race down the right wing. Can't get past Briley Del Castillo. Del Castillo back the other way. Lost the handle as she entered the zone. And that allows a long clear for Lucy Felling. First couple of minutes of this power play, unimpressive from the Bluebirds.
Bluebirds are looking a little rusty tonight so far.
Well, you need to move the puck.
Yes, you do.
And not try and do so much on your own when you have the extra player. Ketting down low, plays it out front. Easton turns, not able to get a shot on goal. Milton recovers in the corner.
There you go. Move the puck.
To Easton. Will take the short angle shot, the save in the hold for Lemke.
I asked Coach Edmer, I said, you had a nice 5-1 win over Elk River. Talk about some things that you didn't like, and he said that they don't recognize as much what's in front of them as they need to. They need to find that open player, and they haven't been able to do that. Those are some of the things that he was hoping that they would do better here tonight.
Right. Well, they need to keep working on that because they're not finding that open player at this point.
Shot hit traffic out front. Tie up into the corner.
Almost a penalty on that.
Yeah.
The Riverhawks fans certainly felt there should have been one. The stick battle. Bowden comes away with the puck to McKenzie. Her shot is blocked out to the point. Alphin tried to dump it, hit McKenzie, and that allows the clear for Lucy Felling. Alfred weaves back in. Cross ice for June Semling. Bounces off the heel of her stick. Turns and shoots. Didn't get through. Brnovic a shot. Rebound still loose.
Oh, my gosh.
Lemke stretching, trying to get on top of it. And finally, the whistle blows.
Yep. That puck was right there.
It was sitting right there.
Willing to go in, but unfortunately, a Bluebird could not get a stick on it.
Yeah, you'll see it'll be just a little bit outside the post. There it is. He had to pull it back and then tuck it in, and Lemke was able to get her pad back just to make sure that did not go into the net. No, that's the idea, though. They're getting the pucks in the net. That's what you need to do in the power play.
Right.
But Riverhawks are winning a lot of battles.
They really are.
Able to force it out to center. Ketting pressured, coughs it up. Deep in the offensive corner, Whelan plays it out. An opportunity shorthanded, poked away by Nola Milton. Whelan turns and shoots. And the save by Maddie Wastrel.
Just turning the puck over way too many times on the power play. You just have to settle down, find the open player, move the puck. You see here that nice pass again. The Riverhawks are finding open players in the middle of the ice.
They really are. They're doing a really good job, especially on this power play of not allowing the Bluebirds to get in the flow of their offense.
Well, and the Bluebirds are hurting themselves. They're not moving the puck. They're too many times trying to dangle players rather than pass the puck, allowing those turnovers to happen. Haven't made the easy plays for themselves. Alphen across, one-time attempt fanned on by McKenzie. Stopped up in the corner. McKenzie out to the point for Alphen. Alphen through traffic, misses high. Landcamer, first one there. Semling able to kick it away. Bowden ties up in the corner. Gets some help from Bernovic trying to kick it free. Finally comes away with it. Trying to leave it for Semling, and now does. Down low for Bowden. Bowden behind the net. Up top for Alphen. 40 seconds left in this major penalty. Bernovic behind the net. A broken stick means the Riverhawks have to get another body on the ice. Semling circles top of the slot. Fanned on the pass. Picked up by McKenzie, but pushed out to center. Great pressure from Nelson. She'll pick it up. Great job using her body to cut toward the front of the net. Not able to get a good shot off, but able to waste some more time. Down to the final 10 seconds of this 5-minute power play. McKenzie into the zone. Lost the handle. And then poked off her stick, and that's going to do it for a 5-minute power play. 3 shots on goal for the Bluebirds, and they still trail this one 1-0. A tip out front, a chance for Ketting, and Lemke comes up with the save.
That was a huge opportunity for the Bluebirds, and unfortunately they couldn't capitalize.
Del Castillo can't get it deep, felling back the other way. Into the zone, will circle toward the boards and wait for some help. Gets it across, Weimer. Taken off of it by Bowden, plays it off the boards. Easton trying to get it back to her. It was deflected up, but out of the zone. Pitchfork attempt by Shum didn't really happen. Leland into the corner, will send it around behind. Zalka ties up down low, a pass to the slot, an open player, and an opportunity there for Allie Schaefer. Easton finally able to force it out to center. That pass just out of the reach of Schaefer, and that will be icing and bring the faceoff back down in the North Wright County end.
The Bluebirds, you see Coach Gutterman probably thinking the same thing I am. Why are there so many people open in our slot here this evening so far? We have to get the rotation down so that those people are covered, because you cannot leave players alone there all night.
Yeah, they've had several players open. There's been way too many turnovers on the part of the home team. Just little things that you don't normally see them do. A lot of fanned passes that are fanned on. And North Wright County continues to bring that pressure. You pointed it out early, Jerry. They're scrappy. They're going to get in and battle for every puck, and they've won a lot of those puck battles, and they're making everything difficult for the home team.
Yes, they are. They're playing a very good period.
Landcamer sends it in on Wastrel. She'll settle the bouncing puck and cover it up for a faceoff.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Gutterman has to say between periods, because he cannot be happy. He may, in his mind, say this is our worst period of hockey this year.
I would say it's the worst period I've seen them play.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a long year. It happens.
It does.
You know, they're just
it's
young,
only 1-0 at this point.
And, they're still, teenagers, and some days you don't quite have it when you're starting. You get out of the period, only down 1, and regroup.
Well, and we talked to really good shot through a screen for Weimer, and Wastrel able to catch it with a blocker at the last second. And we talked about, and Lily McKenzie going to go for a check, and North Wright County going to have an opportunity on the power play.
Yeah, your best player off the ice, and an opportunity to give North Wright County the advantage again. Now already up 1-0 here at this point. If they can capitalize on their power play, really put a lot of pressure on the Bluebirds, guys.
Absolutely.
Well, we talked about it. Even though they're 4-7, you definitely don't want to overlook this team. I know they've got Minnetonka coming up on Saturday, the #1 ranked team in the state. And you've got to be concerned about that game against the Skippers.
Yes.
But you can't allow that to affect your thinking for tonight's contest. You have to be focused. And you've got to understand this is a far more important game for your season than is the game against Minnetonka.
Yeah, that's right.
North Wright County, great movement with a shot up over the net. Adrian Hansen had a yawning cage to look at and just put it up over the crossbar. Larson has it back in the corner. Get it to Hansen up top. That shot by Nelson misses wide. Riley Del Castillo able to get to it along the end boards, and she's able to clear it out to center. Nelson right back on the attack, goes to her forehand, drops it off. Player was tied up, picked up by Hansen. She tried to drop it off. Shum will keep it in the zone, but that allows a clear for Del Castillo.
Yeah, that was a really nice setup. Hopefully we can see that again on replay at some point. They just moved that puck around nice and found the weak side.
Yep, a very organized start to their power play. And then really, Nelson, I understand the drop pass. There's a good toe drag for Wieland, but then her shot up and out of play.
Yeah,
they're opening up space for themselves.
Yeah,
they move. There's a look at it.
Yeah.
Just a great movement, low to high, cross ice to a wide open player, and then that might have gone off the face mask of Wastrel. I thought she just airmailed it over the net. Chance out front on the doorstep, but the save by Wastrel.
I'll tell you what, the Riverhawks are firing on all cylinders so far tonight. They're moving that puck, finding open players. And with 1:08 left in the period, I think that the Bluebirds just need to get to the locker room and say, what is going on?
Yeah, they need to regroup to be certain. They need to make sure they kill off the last 39 seconds of this power play. It has looked pretty good for the Riverhawks so far. They've had more opportunities on their 90 seconds of power play than the Bluebirds did in 5 minutes. June Semling able to chop it out to center. Getting there in front of her is Weimer. Plays it up the near side. Dallum will send it in deep. Zahalka will tie up along the end board. Scooped up by Landkamer. Out to the point. Semling able to challenge and get the steal. And kick it out to center for Sydney Bernovic. Bernovic will dump it in, and that'll do it for the power play. 30 seconds left in the period. Semling with a steal behind the net. Along the boards, we'll send it back down out of the reach of Bernovic. McKenzie trying to jam it back to her, and then trying to get it out front. Went off the back of the net. Recovered there by Lucy Felling. Felling gets it ahead. Larson had to slow down for it. Then fans on the pass. Cross-ice pass taken away by Zahalka. Zahalka steps up. Under 5 seconds left. A shot that misses high and wide. And that will take us to the buzzer. And this was a first period that was very, very much controlled by the visiting squad.
Yeah, and the Bluebirds are lucky they're only down 1-0 because they could have been 3. They had a lot of good opportunities, the Riverhawks, and Wastrel made the save she needed to, and they need to go to the locker room and retool.
Down on the bench with Bluebirds head coach Todd Gutterman is Howie Shapiro. Howie?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm here with Coach Gutterman, and a tough period for you guys. Obviously, too many turnovers, a lot of open looks in front of your net. What do you do to solve some of that stuff?
We got to play better hockey. I mean, you got one team that came in prepared in North Wright County and one in Champlain Park, Coon Rapids that wasn't ready to play hockey tonight.
So your message to them is, what do they need to do to pick things up here in the second period?
We just got to get back to what we do, best. I mean, and I look at that shot clock. We had probably 3 they didn't put up there, but still, North Wright County was the much better team that period, so we just got to get back to making simple plays. We had a 5-minute power play and maybe 1 or 2 shots. We got to get pucks to the net.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. We're going to take a break and be back to talk about the first period right after this.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the Crick, the North Wright County Riverhawks with a 1-0 lead over the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds. And we talked about it really all period. Kind of a sloppy start for the home team, and head coach Todd Gutterman pretty much parroted what we said all period, is that they just didn't seem ready to play.
Yeah, and like we said, sometimes you have periods like this. Hopefully you don't have a full game like this, but it does happen, and you just have to learn from it and get better.
And only down 1, as we mentioned as well. On the net during their 5-minute major power play, but North Wright County just brought the pressure all game long from the opening puck drop. They force a turnover deep in the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end, and a quick pass and a finish puts them on the board 1-0. And you know, it really all comes down to hustle.
Yeah.
They were hustling, the Bluebirds were not.
Well, you know, and I'm sure that Coach Gutterman's going to have some words for the girls here in between periods, and he knows they're a much better team than that was out in that first period. And give credit to North Wright County, because they hustled all period long. And if they come and play that same way in the second period, you know, the Bluebirds can have the work cut out.
Yeah, well, 17 minutes down, still 36 minutes to go. We'll take a break and be back with period number 2. After this, you're watching live girls high school hockey on CTN.
There was once a time when local sports coverage wasn't what it is now. A dark age filled with handycams and Polaroids and angry crowds. Then 2 noble souls stood and proclaimed aloud that they'd give the people high-quality sports no matter how. So Sports Nights they became. Delivering stats and highlights was their vow. And Sports Nights they remain, Watch them weekly on CTN Now.
In 1998, CTN debuted one of the greatest broadcast trios ever assembled.
West Suburban Conference is what?
Jerry the Coach Grant joined Howie and Joe to create a hockey announcing trifecta.
But they'll have to.
But after a wildly successful 10-year run, Jerry, the darling of the team, suddenly went missing. Letters of concern and support poured in from the hockey community as a massive manhunt was launched. After almost 2 days with no sightings, the search was finally called off. Fans say the coach always had a knack for technical insights that they so loved. But now, a new chapter begins in the legend of Jerry Grant. He's back, and in the broadcast booth of CTN all season long.
The North Wright County Riverhawks got a goal, 7:35 of the first period from Bell Leland. It's the only score of period number 1, and they have the advantage over the home team Bluebirds. And I love that Coach Gutterman didn't pull punches. He said one team was ready to play, one was not.
Well, yeah, it was obvious. It'll be interesting to see how they react to whatever he had to say in the locker room. If they come out with a little, maybe more pep in their step, a little more, concentration, playing a better game, because they're certainly not the team that they showed in the first period.
Yeah, well, let's say, that period's over.
Yeah,
now let's
you
see
put
what
it behind
happens.
you, and again, you guys talked about it. It's only one goal behind.
Yeah,
so
that's the good
You get
news.
a goal, you tie it up, and it's a different game.
That's right.
Riverhawks win the draw. The pass intercepted by Zaholka. Alfin lost the handle, though. Right in on the attack comes Alexa Larson. She's tripped down, and that very good North Wright County power play is going to get an early opportunity here in the second period.
Yeah, just what we saw in the first period, the scrappiness of the Riverhawks, just not giving up on any loose puck, just battling through it, and down she goes for the battle.
And not the way the Bluebirds wanted to start period number 2.
No. Well, the power play looked really good for North Wright County in the first period. They moved it well, got themselves some really good looks. Really, I only had them for one shot on that power play, but they had some very good looks. Shum cross ice. That one skips off the stick of Adrian Hansen. And Milton able to send it the length of the ice.
Howie, I hear there's a birthday you have to talk about today.
Yeah, Junior Semling. Happy birthday, Junior. I'm not sure how old Junior is, but we certainly
He
all of us.
probably would rather you didn't disclose
That's
that.
why I would, even if I knew, I wouldn't say. But happy birthday, Junior, and hope you're enjoying your day.
I think he would rather see his girls' team on the positive side of the scoreboard, and so far that has not happened. Lily McKenzie. Bertovic all alone is short-handed goal.
What a pass.
I was going to say she's got a player all alone out front, and just as I was thinking that, 2 more North Wright County players went to the puck. Bertovic all alone, she buries it. Her team waiting.
Look at the pass. Look at the pass to Bertovic.
I mean, she gets
it's
down,
beautiful.
She'll look up real quick. She just knows she's there, and bam.
Yeah.
Beautiful pass.
That is right there for the taking.
That's a highlight reel goal right there.
That
Howie.
is.
And it's a shorty, so that's a good response right there.
That's goal number 12 for Bertovic.
Wheeland into the zone, down the left wing, out of the reach of Nola Milton, or Paginen rather. Back out to the point. That shot didn't make it through, broken up by Paginen out front. They will play it low. Briley Del Castillo in there breaking things up against Wheeland. Played out front. Wastrel got a stick on it. Wheeland has it knocked away by Del Castillo. Bertovic will fire it all the way down.
Well, let's see if that goal puts a little fire in the bellies of the Bluebirds.
This one played cross ice. Del Castillo is knocked down. Coach Gutterman looking for a call, won't get it.
That looks like interference, but not called. Look at these puck battles all over the ice.
Easton jumping on the loose puck. Can't get it past Nelson. Nelson trying to keep it out of the zone. Lost to Bowden. Bowden cutting across the slot. Had it tipped off her stick by Shum.
I'd like to see Bowden take that shot. Use that screen and take the shot.
Puck lost at center ice. Power play is over. Numbers for the Bluebirds. High shot. Lemke did not know where it was.
No.
And fortunate that Ketting just couldn't poke it home.
Yeah, it was laying right there for the opportunity to get it home, but Lemke was able to drop down on it and get a whistle. That's a good penalty kill, though, Joe. I like how the Bluebirds were a little more aggressive. They did not let the Riverhawks set up that time.
Well, and that's been really the signature of these Gutterman teams ever since he took over the program. They're very aggressive on the power play, or on the when they're shorthanded, and I love to see it because they've got the players that have the speed
They do.
to be able to pressure the puck and then recover if they do get beat. and it pays dividends. Great save at the line by Bernovic. Circling back with it is Weimer. Weimer fires it ahead out of the reach of Peterson. Alphen will carry behind her own net, sweep it along for June Semling. Semling will circle and get it across for Bernovic. Ahead for Lily McKenzie, and on a breakaway, a shot, a save by Lemke. Alphen holds the line again.
Lemke's eyes must have gotten very big when she saw Lily McKenzie bearing down on her.
Speed down the wing for the Riverhawks. Good job recovering for Briley Del Castillo. Patience from Felling trying to get through the traffic. Bernovic lost her stick, and now Felling just dumps it into the near corner. Hacked at by Adrian Hansen. Recovered along the boards by Hernandez. She's pressured, gives it back to Hansen. Hansen back into the corner. Del Castillo intercepts for the Bluebirds. Lost the handle. Larson fanned on the pass. Oh, Bernovic tried to send McKenzie on another breakaway, and it just skipped under her stick, or she would have had another golden opportunity.
Yeah, well, the Riverhawks are going to have to start paying attention to that. They loosened up the zone a little bit by stretching it.
Yeah, I like the thought there too, just to pass a little bit behind her.
Yeah, and I'm surprised actually they didn't call that offside. Yeah, that was the first one.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, as long as you have possession of the puck, I guess it's not. But did she have possession of the puck?
She
did not. Yeah.
I would say that was offside.
Right.
I don't wear stripes.
Yeah. I've seen you in stripes.
No,
wear those kind of stripes.
Oh, just striped shirts.
They say stripes are slimming.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I should wear a stripe. Shum from the point through traffic. Wastrel can't hold on, and it's a 2-1 lead for North Wright County.
Yeah, that's a goal that Maddie certainly would love an opportunity to get back.
Yeah, well, Maddie had the first save, and it just trickled down, and she'll get over that one and get back and start stopping the puck like she's been tonight.
A lot of traffic in front.
Yes.
I don't know that she really saw this. Got a piece of it and not enough to keep it out of the net.
That's Shum's first goal of the season, and Coach Bean said, we need to put more pucks in the net because they haven't been doing as good a job of that as they'd like to this season. Already 2 here tonight.
CPCR gets it back into the offensive end, trying to get in on the attack. Coming away with it is Layla Dallum. Dallum down the left wing. Pressured by Alphen. Alphen able to get the steal out to the point, though, held by Shum. The shot tipped out front, and another goal in North Wright County, just like that, is up 3-1.
It looked like after the Bluebirds scored that goal to tie it up, that things were changing a little bit. The balance was going into the favor of the Bluebirds. Not anymore.
No. Well, just too many opportunities, an open shot from the point. Got to get out there and challenge that. You'll see on the replay here. There's no one in the right spot. There are 2 players coming late, and then you're outnumbered down low, and that just does not work.
Yeah, Landcamer got a deflection on the initial shot and then able to put the rebound home. Yeah. She had a really nice first period, and now she has the goal to put her team up by 2. A goal and an assist just 29 seconds apart for Lexi Shum.
Well, right now it's just effort. The Riverhawks have more effort than the Bluebirds. They are just playing harder.
Well, and as we talked about, they played such a daunting schedule. McKenzie tripped up, but no call. Puck out to center. Nelson trying to turn it around for the Riverhawks. Able to get into the zone. Snapshot saved by Wastrel. Rebound controlled by Bernovic. She's pressured by Nelson, and now we've got a penalty. And it's going to be against the Bluebirds and put North Wright County back on the power play.
Semling.
Well, you just are having one of those nights. Some teams just get under your skin a little bit, and they just have more jump, and you're chasing them all night long. And part of that will be you'll be in the penalty box more than them because you're reaching, grabbing, frustrated, taking a penalty, hitting somebody with a stick or whatever it might be.
Well, Coach Gutty said we can't give them confidence, but boy, I'll tell you, they're brimming with confidence now.
They are. Well, they scored shorthanded last time. Let's see what happens. They certainly need one.
They certainly do.
Felling plays it out to the point. Nelson is shot to save by Wastrel. And then she's run into, and after the whistle, Felling puts it into the net.
Yeah, they're crashing the net. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, that's how you get goals.
Well, Wastrel's got to be careful. She poked a stick at one of the players, obviously frustrated.
Yeah,
and
well,
rightly
she is
so.
right on top of her, and that should be a penalty. I didn't see her getting checked into her. Double check here. Well, kind of a little bit of a stick in there, but
you can see a little jab with the stick.
Well, we saw Coach Gutterman talking to the officials about the missed call, possible interference at center ice when Bernovic was knocked off, that it created a 2-on-1. And, you know, as much as you want to get an explanation, it's sometimes best to just leave the officials alone, or else they may turn a blind eye the next time it's close. And we've seen a couple that have been. I mean, we're obviously a wee bit biased, but
we try to be objective.
Nelson able to hold at the line.
Try is the key word.
Pass.
Played across, back to the far side, flipping it up and over the net is Lexi Shum. She's had a great start to this second period.
Well, she had Wastrel down, but they couldn't flip it up and over her. That's what she was trying to do.
Three of those really high shots when they had Wastrel down.
Yep.
Nelson just trying to dump it in. Zahalka will play it all the way down. McKenzie will get there, knocked off of her stick by Hansen behind the net. Hansen, her pass doesn't click. Alphen puts it back in, comes right back out. Here's Tessa Bowden with speed down the right wing. Trying to center, nobody there in support as McKenzie had gone for a line change. Down to the final 30 seconds of this power play. Easton battling for it along the end boards.
Yeah, that's the effort you need to see right there. Just keep working at the puck.
And now we're going to see a penalty for the hold as Easton, and that's all effort on Easton's part, going in there, tying it up.
Yep.
And I thought she had a pretty good barrage on her, but it wasn't until she took her off her skates before they make the call. You can see both hands around her, and then the pull back,
throw her down.
And that is when the arm goes up. So we'll play 4-on-4 for 13 seconds, and then an abbreviated power play for the Bluebirds.
Yeah, well, that's a penalty. Your coach will talk to you about that later. Just keep your body there. You don't have to grab her with a hand or two and then end up.
Opportunity going the other way. Landcamer gets behind the defense. Stick checked at the last second by Callie Alphen. She wasn't able to get the shot she wanted. Back the other way comes Lily McKenzie. CPCR back to full strength and on the power play. McKenzie sets up down low to Bertovic. Leaves it off. McKenzie is tripped up, and it's going to be a 5-on-3. CPCR should just give him the puck.
Give him the puck. Yeah, there it is. Just let him have it.
And if you're North Wright County, actually take a moment. Don't touch that puck.
Let it go.
This is another golden opportunity. We saw them get the major penalty in the first
can opener
period.
there.
Weren't able to do much with it.
That's the
now
definition.
the 5-on-3 for 121.
Definition of a can opener, Howie, right there.
Well, now it's huge for the Bluebirds here to see if they can capitalize, because obviously down by 2, they need a goal badly.
Yes, they do. Need to get one goal here and then get it back to a one-goal game and just keep playing.
Face-off win. Semling across for McKenzie. McKenzie will shoot. Didn't make it through. Bowden trying to shoot and hit a skate. Back up to McKenzie. Up top, Alphen to Semling. Semling will shoot. Glove save for Lemke.
Well, as you know, Joe, 5-on-3, you have to set up that open spot, get that puck back and forth, east-west, try to get them out of that rotating triangle, out of position, and get something on the back door.
Well, good
save. At this point, down 3-1, I just want to see him get pucks to the net.
Yeah.
Don't try to be too pretty and set up the perfect play. Make sure you're putting some pressure on that net.
Oh, my.
That pass gets away, and Nelson will get it out to center. Alphen back to recover, pressured by Whelan. Gets it ahead for June Semling. Semling will circle and carry into the zone. down the left wing, circles up in the corner. Back up to Alphen at the point. Across for Lily McKenzie.
Oh my.
Into the middle, and that's poked away and back out to center.
Just bad passes.
Yep.
Semling will take the shot. Stick save by Lemke. Back to Semling. Semling walking in will shoot. That got through and was held onto by Lemke. 16 seconds left on the first penalty.
Lemke's having a nice night. I mean, just 11 shots on goal by the Bluebirds, but she's made some nice saves.
Yeah, she has. She has. Well, she's a big goaltender. She's tall.
Yep.
She stands her ground and does not give up much for rebounds.
Nelson fires it, can't get it out. Briley Del Castillo across for Nola Milton. That shot went off a skate and into the corner. Kyla Ketting, top of the circle's a shot, glove save. 2 seconds left on the two-man advantage.
Well, it's rare when you get 2 5-on-3s in the game. It's hard enough getting one, and to come up with no goals on either one would not be a good sign for the Bluebirds. And down she goes. Oh, good stop.
Held at the line, down low. Ketting backhands it, ends up behind the net. Zahalka tied up down low. Easton recovers the puck. Circles. Now looks again, tries to center, and it's stick checked away nicely. Nelson in the corner, battling for the Riverhawks. Played out to the line. Del Castillo, fans on the shot. Now sweeps it to Milton. Into the middle, a shot for Easton, a rebound chance. And Bluebirds can't get a stick on it. Penalty number 2 expires. Whoa. This one played all the way down, and Wastrel's going to have to cover it as Landcamer was right on the doorstep.
Well, the Riverhawks with a very aggressive power play. As soon as they see you're bobbling the puck, they're all over you. And look at that front of the net coverage. Just a great save by Lemke.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Beat said we've had issues with our special teams, but they've played well here tonight. Killing off 2 5-on-3s.
No, just one.
One. That's right.
And a 5-minute major.
5-minute major. That's what I meant. 5-minute major. You're right. My bad.
My bad. I'm the one that set it up. There you go.
All right, 2-on-1. June Semling across for McKenzie. Just couldn't reel it in. Semling able to get it back. Both players were on their backhands.
Ouch.
Yeah, they were both on their backhands.
Yeah, they were.
Semling's a right-handed player, and played across. Whelan tied up. Down low. Another open opportunity in the slot, but Dallum fanned on the one-time opportunity. McKenzie played it around Shum, but it's poked back to the corner by Lemke. McKenzie recovers, plays it through the blue paint. Alphen will send it down low. McKenzie out front, Ketting a one-timer. Now poked off the stick of McKenzie as she's just gassed. She'll head for the bench. Alphen trying to hold at center ice, pressured by Dallum. Ketting comes up with it. Ketting able to send it in. Played across. The Hulka is shot, glove down by Lemke. Caitlin Easton tied up in the corner, continues to battle. She's pinned there by Danny Wieland. Puck dug free and cleared the length of the ice by Lexi Shum. That'll be icing. 5:44 to go in the second period. North Wright County with a 3-1 lead.
Well, they're playing good defense. They're staying on people. They're not allowing the Bluebirds to get too much open ice, and that's a recipe for success, Howie.
Yeah, for the way they're playing, if the Bluebirds can't get a tally here in the second period, it's going to make it a difficult third period if they're down, by 2.
And a great opportunities. Let's get past Del Castillo. Good recovery by Zahalka. Zahalka able to get it back out to center. Played back into the zone by Izzy Cheney. This one deflected by Easton will come in on Lemke, and she'll cover it up.
The Bluebirds get a little closer in shots on goals. Just a 2-shot advantage for
Yeah, they've had
Riverhawks.
a good period getting pucks on the net, but they just had a couple of mistakes that cost them those 2 goals.
Well, and the Riverhawks, as we've talked about all game long, very aggressive. They pressure the puck well. They've won a lot of puck battles. They've shown hustle.
Yes.
And then they've been opportunistic, and they scored 2 goals 29 seconds apart. They gave them the 3-1 lead. Through center comes Adrian Hansen. She'll take the shot. Glove saved by Wastrel. And a little bit of a chop at Lucy Felling, who was in front of the net looking for a rebound that never came.
Just a shot.
Yeah, you got to be careful not to get those frustration penalties, even when you're the goaltender.
That's the second time that she's done that here tonight, and yeah, she's gonna get caught.
They're in her head because they're in the blue paint area.
Well, and goaltenders will get away with that more often than not, but too many times you will get called. Semling can't get to it cleanly. Played off it by Weimer. Puck comes free to Felling. Felling nearly at her pocket pick by Bernovic. And now stepping up on it is Weimer. Weimer gets around Alphen, throws it wide of the net into the near corner. Alexa Larson pinned to the board. Bernovic can't get it out. Now they get it ahead to McKenzie. McKenzie can't get it around Lauren Weimer, and back come the Riverhawks.
They're just putting a body in front of her every time she gets one of those breaks.
Wheelan around the corner, not much on that shot. Rebound is loose though. Bernovic slides it ahead for Easton. Easton spun around by a stick, but no call on that one. And then taken to the ice, and no call on that one.
Just a good battle.
Well, and we've talked about it in the past, Jerry. The stone in the pocket, and it's been in the North Wright County pocket the last couple of times, so might let him get away with a little bit without calling it, unless it's something really egregious.
Yes.
Dallin played it into the corner. A battle ensues over there. Milton able to wiggle it free from Landcamer. Now Landcamer able to jam it back down low. Zaholka will get it ahead for Kyla Keddick. Keddick down the right wing and into the zone. She'll take the shot, but the stick of Nelson is there to deflect it up and out of play.
Yeah, and you just saw that back pressure there, Joe, as you see Keddick battling down the boards here in that one where there's nothing called. It's a little step in there, a little body contact. But every time the Bluebirds get the puck, if they are ahead, there are people from the backside pressuring hard for the Riverhawks.
Good back pressure, and they usually, the defenders have done a nice job of seeing that and shortening their gap and just giving them nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. And using that blue line to step up. Good hockey.
It's the way the game's supposed to be played.
Hockey 101.
Bluebirds trying to keep them jammed up in their zone. Good hold on the far board by Briley Del Castillo. Support there from Roca. Riverhawks will retreat behind their own net. Pressure comes from Evelyn Semling. Reed had it momentarily. Del Castillo, another good hold along the boards. Held by Evelyn Semling. Pitchforked out to center by the Riverhawks. And back into her own zone to recover is Pageant. Chase behind the net. Reverses for Briley Del Castillo. Her pass is broken up. Able to get it back up the wing, but all kinds of blue jerseys there. Hernandez will play it to the corner. Takes a bump from Del Castillo, and here's Lily McKenzie. Again, back pressure coming from Larson. McKenzie trying to get around the corner, dragged down by Shum as they both slide into the corner.
And they'll just let that one go.
Again, the pebbles in the other pocket. McKenzie bumped Alexa Larson off the puck. Hansen with it now at her own blue line, pressured by Semling, able to get it across ice. Callie Alphen for the Bluebirds gets it back in the zone, but played right back out. It went off someone on the bench, and we'll have a face-off back in the Riverhawks end, 1:25 to go in period number 2.
Well, you know, hockey, as we've talked about it, sometimes you think, oh, you have a lot of speed. No, hockey's a game of quickness. There's a lot of 5, 10-foot battles that you have to win, and the Riverhawks are winning the majority of them right now. They are all over the Bluebirds.
Yeah, and Coach Bean has to be pretty happy with the way her squad has come out here and performed. They came in on a 3-game losing streak, but again, those 3 games to Edina, Minnetonka, and Orono, the #1 team in Single A.
Yeah.
And they've been outscored handily in those 3 games, but certainly their spirits were not down. They came out and they have taken this game to the Bluebirds all night long.
Well, and when you play good competition, it raises your game, and it's definitely raised their game.
Dallum spun but lost the puck. Kelly Elfin trying to jam it out. Finally comes out to center. And now we're going to see a penalty as Bowden was tripped up.
Yeah, she was tripped up.
Danny Wieland will go to the box, and CPCR will go on the power play with 48.5 seconds left in this second period.
Yeah, she got the puck by Whelan, and Whelan put her stick out and got it in the skates, and that's a penalty every time. So the Bluebirds will get 48 seconds and a half here to see if they can get that second goal. If not, it'll carry into the third.
And their power play has been, I would call it underwhelming.
Underwhelming, yes. They lost the draw, and down it goes.
Through this first couple of periods, their first opportunities. Here's June Semling. Puck rolled on her a little bit, finally able to gain control, and now with speed through center. Gets around into the zone, top of the circles, couldn't get the shot through, and that's cleared right back down.
There are 5 players on the ice. When you try to do it alone, it doesn't always work.
Long pass broken up just in front of Sydney Bernovic. Briley Del Castillo will send it in deep. Nelson, first one there. Under 10 seconds to go. Bernovic comes away with it. Bernovic, Semling, a shot off the post, rebounded a goal! And that is huge with under 2 seconds to go in the period. The Bluebirds have cut it back to a 1-goal lead.
Well, that was finally they set the play up behind the net, found a way to get it out to that open player on the left side inside the circle, and put that puck on the net, but it was the battle that happened after it was laying there. Just had to keep grinding away at it.
Tessa Bowden finally able to put it home.
Bowden was right there, and she just stayed
Went
with
off
it,
the post,
gets strong, and just
stayed strong on her stick.
Wins the stick battle. Well, that's, yeah, you say that is a big goal because down 2, it's tough to go into the third, but if you get within 1, you get a little more momentum and go into the locker room.
Tie up off the face-off, the buzzer sounds, and we'll go to the locker room after 2 in the same situation we did after 1 with the visiting North Wright County Riverhawks up a goal.
Yeah, well, you know what? They played a really good period. The Bluebirds caught up on shots. They had a lot of shots that period, so they started to gain a little bit of momentum that way, but they'll have to continue that in the third. Always going to get some information for us.
He's down there with North Wright County head coach Kaylee Bean. Go ahead, Howie.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you know, I thought 2 really solid periods for you guys. You know, you got to the loose pucks. I thought you did a really nice job. Talk about what you liked through those first 2 periods.
Yeah, I think overall we liked our grit. We felt like we were winning races to the puck, and when we weren't, we were trying to take away the middle. We just have to keep limiting their opportunities, but we did like our attitude and effort in those first 2.
I know one thing you and I talked about is you guys need to stay out of the box. Unfortunately, that penalty led to the goal that cuts it to 1. Talk about some of those things and what you'll say to the girls, your message in between periods.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we talked before the game, this is a huge section matchup, and it's going to be 17 hard minutes of hockey, and we have to stay out of the box. And when we don't stay out of the box, we just have to be mentally strong too in front. Keeping, we can't puck watch. It kills you on the penalty kill, so we just have to make sure we're checking our shoulders in the third period.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the third. We'll take a quick break to be back and break down that second period right after this.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Today we're on soccer, Joe. So my goal is to kick around some topics with you, but I don't want to foul things up by being too forward.
Please stop that.
So could you assist me?
Stop.
Maybe pass some ideas so we can tackle this together?
Howie? Oh, boy.
I'm just saying, this really isn't my field.
Unbelievable. Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, 2 periods down, 1 to go, and we've got a tight one. North Wright County holding on to a 1-goal lead as we get to the third period. It was 1-0 coming into the second period. CPCR took a penalty but got a shorthanded goal. Unfortunately, then North Wright County got a couple very quickly. We'll take a look at it. Great pass, shorthanded, 3 players watching the puck, and Sydney Bernovic all alone gets the shorthanded tally, but then a long shot that somehow got through Wastrel. She didn't get a great sight of it through the traffic, and then another shot from the point, this time the rebound poked home on the doorstep. That made it 3-1, and then in the final seconds, a power play tally. Semling hits the post, but right on the doorstep to put it home is Tessa Bowden. That is her 7th goal of the season, and it's huge. It came with less than 2 seconds left. It made it back to a 1-goal game. Makes it a little bit more manageable for the home team coming into the third.
Well, goals early in the period in the first minute, goals in the last minute of the period can be momentum changers, and hopefully for the Bluebirds, that'll get them going in the third period. But as Howie heard from the coach, she liked the grit of her team, and that's what they'll have to do, the Riverhawks, in the third to try to win the game.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. That momentum change, we'll see if the Bluebirds can come out and get a little more fire in their bellies.
Yeah.
Well, they certainly have not been the ones with the faster skates. I have really enjoyed watching North Wright County's hustle and their grit, because that is how they have played, and they have controlled most of the first 34 minutes because of that effort they're putting out. It's a game of effort, and then North Wright County Riverhawks have been the one to put it out. Can the Bluebirds match that intensity in the third period? We'll find out after this. It comes up next on CTN.
City code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back at the Crick, just about ready to get the third period started. The home team Bluebirds trailing section rival North Wright County by a 3-2 score. They got that goal with less than 2 seconds left. And we talk about it all the time. You know, you never want to give up goals in the first or last minute of any period. The Bluebirds scored a shorthanded goal in the first minute of the period, and then this power play goal in the last minute. Tessa Bowden just staying strong on her stick. Nelson was there trying to lift her stick, trying to tie her up. Unsuccessful.
Well, you
so
do
Jerry,
those curls.
Just one senior in the Bluebirds' top 8 scorers.
Yeah, that's a promising future, but the future is always now, too, for this team. So
well, no, it is now.
Get going and see if they can do it win the third period. Oh, it was outside.
Yeah, it was. But not the way the guy in stripes saw it.
No.
Well, see, the Bluebirds just have to come out and match the intensity of the Riverhawks here, period number 3.
A steal for Brnovic, trying to get it back down to Semling. Semling trying to get it back up the boards for McKenzie. McKenzie throws it through the top of the crease. Zahalka plays it off the boards. She will send it back in deep. McKenzie tried to send it out front, but ice a little wet, a little sticky down low.
Home advantage. You got to know where it's sticky down the corner and just dump it down there, and then you know it's going to sit there for you.
Pass a little behind June Semling, recovered by Callie Alphin. She's pressured and the puck pounces free. Alphin gets back to it, gets it to Semling. Semling trying to find some open ice. There just isn't much when you're playing this Riverhawks team.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not a bad idea to get it down deep, make them go all the way back and get the puck.
Nelson weaves her way in, trying to drop it off to Dallum. That was broken up, puck comes free. Ketting can't get the pass ahead. Nelson had it. Now here's Dallum. Dallum looks to the back post. Sliding save for Wastrel. And once again, a wide open player at the back door, Danny Wieland. And a huge hug from Kyla Ketting for a goaltender, because the Bluebirds definitely cannot afford to go back down 2.
There is that grit as they just forecheck and forecheck at the top of that zone and do not let the Bluebirds get out.
Well, and they're playing their game, and they've forced the Bluebirds to play their game all game long. Yeah. It's a tight checking, gritty game. There's going to be body on body, and they're going to be pressuring every time, limiting their space. Bluebirds have to try and get back to their game and make North Wright County play their game, which is speed and space.
Move
that means
puck.
Passing the puck.
Yes, move
long
that puck.
passes to open players.
Yeah.
And
bumping it into space once in a while doesn't hurt either. Get it out of your zone.
Well, and they've done that a couple of times. Indirect passes into space that have allowed players to skate onto it with speed, but they just haven't been able to do that too often. Briley Del Castillo toe picks out front, and a big stop there by Nola Milton to keep it getting out front, because once again they had a player out on the top of the crease all alone. Kyla Ketting will skate into the zone 1-on-3 as her team changing behind her. She dumps it in off the boards. Shum, a pass too far for Larson. That'll come down into the Bluebirds' end. Alphin off the boards, too tight an angle. Turned around by Hansen. Hansen plays it toward the net, and Wastrel will cover it up.
Yeah, Alphin put herself on the backhand. She had room to go stay on her forehand. I'd like to see players stay on their forehand more often, like you would too, Joe, because then she can wheel, turn the corner, and have a little better passing strength.
Well, and you see that many blue jerseys on this half of the ice.
Yeah.
Rather than bounce it up the boards where they've got a defender holding the blue line, send it back behind your net, whip it around to the other side, and at least you give your own teammates an opportunity to recover. Shot by McKenzie, glove down by the keeper Lemke. Battle into the corner, scooped up by Hansen. Her pass out of the reach, bounces down, but right on Wastrel, and she'll cover up.
Yeah, McKenzie is getting a lot of attention every time she touches the biscuit.
And
she has
should.
a player on her.
Well, yeah,
she
should take her out of the game and let somebody else beat you.
That's right.
But again, the Riverhawks are doing such a nice job of pressuring the puck.
Yeah, 25 points in 11 games coming in. You definitely want to know where number 20 is if you play against this team.
And the good thing for Lily is she's a good passer, so that'll give her opportunities to dish that puck to her line mates.
Again, 2 attackers at the blue line. Here's Nelson dangling on her backhand. Didn't really have full control. Couldn't get much of a shot on her backhand, and a relatively easy save for Wastrel. But again, this all starts with 2 players at the blue line, and the Bluebird defender outnumbered.
Turning your body to the outside, giving up the middle of the rink. Stay in her way. Just stay in her way.
Yep. Always keep body position between the puck and the net, if you can. I mean, it's a good move. Nelson's the next player. But
But you don't turn that body there.
Del Castillo's pass is behind Easton all the way down. That'll be icing.
For as off their game as they look, they're fortunate to be just a goal back, I think.
Yeah, they still are. They're still not playing the kind of game they want to. They're fighting it tonight, but it's the opposition that's making them play a little differently than they have the last couple of games because they don't have a lot of room.
And the second period was much better than the first, and they're going to get another power play opportunity with the trip upcoming. Ketting gets it in deep. Wastrel gets off the ice, but this will be touched up. And with 13:10 on the clock, the Champlain Park Coon Rapids power play goes into effect.
What did the Riverhawk coach tell you, Howie?
Stay out of the box. And, you saw it. That was the second question I asked her. Said she and I talked about the biggest thing that they've been having issues with is staying out of the penalty box. And obviously they paid for it at the end of that second period. Let's see if the Bluebirds can make them pay for it again.
Yeah, and Landcamer just don't want an offensive zone penalty. She reached their stick, got it in the skates.
Second penalty of the game for Landcamer. CPCR sets up far side, up top for Kelly Alphen. Alphen shoots through traffic. Save made by Lemke. Long rebound, cleared the length of the ice by Felling.
Now that was a good setup. Good shot on goal. Rebound.
Got bodies in front, trying to take away the eyes.
Try that again.
Semling to Lily McKenzie. McKenzie will enter on the right side. Pressured all the way down the boards and into the corner. Back up top for Alfred. McKenzie will shoot. Rebound is there, but Nelson able to sweep it to the corner. North Wright County fans wanted a penalty. Again, I'm biased, but I still don't think that was a penalty. That was 2 players battling for the puck, and Nelson kind of dove just to get to the loose puck, and rightly so. There's a rebound, another rebound, and great job by Lemke to stay with it and slide to her left.
So the one thing I forgot to ask Coach Bean or talk to Coach Bean about is the fact how well Lemke has been playing.
She has been very impressive.
She really has, and she's kept them in.
You'd rather she didn't give up that rebound at all, but the way she tracked and stayed with it, sliding to her right under pressure was impressive. Face-off win for the Bluebirds. Alfred gets it to McKenzie. Hopped over her stick. She recovers off the boards, and then her pass was broken up, and that allows the Riverhawks to clear it all the way down.
Yeah, we're 6 minutes into the period, and that ice is still not set up in the corner.
Lily McKenzie will skate to center. Stick check, but gets into the zone. Leaves it off for Tessa Bowden. Bowden behind the net. Up to June Semling. Semling walking in. She'll take the shot. Rebound loose. Scramble. And finally, no, still loose. And one of the defenders able to reach behind the keeper and sweep that one out of danger.
Oh my, that was heck of a play, because that was going in the net.
I thought Lemke had gotten to it. That one got away from her, ended up behind the net.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Penalty is over. Pressure continues. Semling along the boards. Stops up. Down low. Got away from Bowden. Bowden sends it up the boards. McKenzie toward the net. Bowden tripped up. This time no call. Coming away with the puck is Efforts. And Efforts gets it out to center ice. Alphen.
There you go.
Circles in her own zone. Callie Alphen with speed. Finally forced to dump it in as she's attacking 1v4. Larson on the boards, able to get it ahead for Lucy Felling. Felling down the wing. She and Reed tie up. There to support and come away with the puck is Briley Del Castillo. She's taken to the ice. Battle continues. Out of the corner with it is Alexa Larson out to the point. That shot deflected up and over the net.
Good block by Bernovic getting out on that shot.
Bernovic recovers the loose puck, and we'll just send this one all the way down. They'll take the icing and get some fresh troops on the ice.
Yeah, an opportunity to regroup after that, a little bit of a flurry.
This I thought that she covered it right there, but it was still loose, and then it went through her legs, and that Weimer just kept this a one-goal lead for her team.
That's helping your goaltender.
Yeah, the Bluebirds have taken the advantage on shots on goal. They're up to 27 to 23 for the Red Hawks.
Well, and they have definitely brought the pressure, assisted, of course, by the power play early in the period. There's a chance out front, though, and a blocker save for Maddie Wastrel as Landkammer was right on the doorstep. Played out to center. Nelson will turn it around for North Wright County and dump it in. Zaholka can't get it behind. A nice steal. Centering pass broken up. Puck still bouncing.
Jeez, winning those battles every
Nelson
time.
gets to it. Backhand toward the net. A chance on the doorstep, and Wastrel with another big save. Point blank range. And yeah, that one did get out. And the Bluebirds are fortunate. Too many of those just weak attempts to just clear the zone when there's no desperation.
Yeah, and Riverhawks are all over those loose pucks. They just get sticks on sticks and battle and battle.
Coach Bean looking for some clarification from our officiating crew. Tie up off the draw. Riverhawks able to get it in deep. Alphen sends it around. Semling recovers it, but pressured. She ends up going down. Puck comes free. Backhand chance, and just sticked away by Wastrel. Bernovic will skate to center. And now into the zone. Swept off her stick. She recovers it on the boards. Trying to play it toward the net. McKenzie recovers. She tried to center and fanned on it. Coming up with it is Shum. Wheel tried to get it back to her. Played back into the zone. Behind the net goes Lauren Weimer. She stopped up along the boards. A pile up as four bodies hit the ice. And a couple more, and a Riverhawk very slow to get up. Looks like it's Piper Peterson down right in front of the bench.
Not a rush there.
She came out and defended the shot attempt, I think, by Briley Del Castillo. They both ended up going down. And Peterson obviously taking the tougher part of that fall.
Yeah, it was like a stick wrestling match. See it here. This is power.
She fell hard.
Yeah.
I hope it's nothing too serious. Maybe just based on how she went down, maybe lost her wind.
Coach, Jeremy Shepard going over to check on her, making sure she's okay.
Hockey is a rough game, Howard.
It is.
You can get hurt. Things happen. And that was just a battle.
Face-off win for the Bluebirds. Del Castillo gets it ahead for Ketting. Ketting's pass was deflected and now stolen away by Alexa Larson. Gets it ahead for Hansen down the right wing. Stops up, circles toward the board. She's tied up there by Bowden. Gets some support from Larson. Still tied up. Hansen circling back to Larson, back to Hansen in the corner. Hansen trying to center, and Wastrel will cover it up.
Yep, good decision by Wastrel. They were starting to set up in the zone, moving the puck around, and get a chance to stop that and get a whistle.
Well, still plenty of time left, but it's winding down here in period number 3.
Oh, it is. It goes fast the last 7 minutes.
Del Castillo ahead for Bowden. Bowden gets it to Caitlin Easton. Easton into the zone. Trying to make her way past Nelson, but Nelson able to stop it up. Del Castillo keeps it in. Easton toward the net. Sticked into the corner by Lemke. Behind the net, cut off by Bowden, but she's pressured. And the Riverhawks come up with the steal. Out to center comes Lucy Felling. She'll get to the red line, dump it in. Wastrel leaves it behind the net for Del Castillo. Her pass right up the center of the ice, bounced away from Roz Landkamer. Another steal in the offensive zone for North Wright County, and then a clear attempt held in by Weimer. Up to the slot, Landkamer kept it, and now the Bluebirds just send it the length of the ice. They'll take the icing again to get a line change.
Well, when you're chasing other players all night long, you start getting tired in the third period. That's when your conditioning comes into play. You see which team's more fit.
McKenzie wins the draw, but 2 blue jerseys immediately on the forecheck. Cross ice pass. June Semling will take it off the boards. Semling into the zone, had it tipped off her stick. She recovers, takes a bump, and now it's flipped out to center by Lauren Weimer. Bernovic at her own blue line circling. She'll carry in, leave it off for Semling. Semling, high slot shot, glove save by Lemke.
Yeah, good idea. Take a shot, hope for a rebound.
You've got to push some things at the net. You got to hope that Lemke does give up the rebound. We've seen some rebounds given up by her tonight.
Yeah, not a lot.
But some.
All it takes is one.
Yep, that's right.
But I want to see Semling, take that shot a little more often. That's a good spot to shoot from, right at the top of the slot. She's got a great shot. Riverhawks able to get it back out to center. Loose puck bounces back and forth, finally controlled by Alphen. Alphen into the zone. Top of the circle, her shot off a stick, goes up and over the net. Left in the corner. Riverhawks play it behind, and a good solid breakout. And the puck lost, and Alphen tried to play it back in, and apparently went off of a body.
It did.
It did.
In the Riverhawk bench.
Yep.
The Riverhawk bench. Off the draw, Del Castillo into the zone.
Shoot that puck.
Tipped off her stick by Nelson. Yeah, kids they always want to drag it through a defender when just shoot the puck.
Get a screen, shoot it, and drive. Get that rebound.
But it's so cool when you can drag it through a defender.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A couple of Bluebirds run into one another at the blue line.
Yeah, people flying all over the ice.
A good steal by Easton, but then lost it in the skates of Nola Milton. Larson back the other way, able to get through some traffic. Backhander and a save by Wastrel.
Oh, there it was.
Bowden was there, but Ketting couldn't get the pass through. Loose puck scooped up by Easton. She'll send it in deep.
Yeah, North Wright County is like a bunch of gnats in the summer. They're just
they're all over you. They're all over you.
And yet when they have it, they've done a nice job of moving the puck to open ice, finding players with a little bit of space.
Yes.
Good smart play by Dallum to just chip it and chase it.
Yeah, and she's right on that puck.
Bernovic cross ice. Semling couldn't control it. Weimer will carry behind and then leave it back for Wheelan. Wheelan able to get through some traffic, get out to center, had it stripped off her stick, but here's Landkamer. Landkamer out front all alone, a chance and a save for Wastrel. She took a hit but made the save. Bernovic back the other way, trying to cut between the defenders. She's dragged down, and we're going to get another North Wright County penalty and a power play. Coach Bean shaking her head, but this one's going to be called for a check. It's Layla Dallum.
If you're Coach Bean, you have to be concerned. How many opportunities can you give the Bluebirds on the advantage?
And look at Wastrel. Hold her ground, tried to go 5 holes. She closed it up last second, or that would have went in.
And a nice job.
Took off like a rocket.
That's going to say,
chase her.
Nice job getting that loose puck and getting out of there.
Cross ice, Semling. Up top, Alphen back to Semling. Walking in, a shot off the crossbar. Lemke never saw that through the traffic, and it rung the crossbar.
It had zip on it.
That's the shot I want to see her take more often. Chipped out to center by North Wright County. Alphen able to regain the zone, but lost the puck. Nelson.
She's got a little stick on her as she came through.
Pass gets in the skates of Bowden. She'll come back into her own zone to recover. Tessa Bowden. Speed down the wing. Leads it back for Semling. The shot that was blocked into the far corner. Lily McKenzie out front. Bernovic a chance. Lemke had it all covered up.
Nice save.
McKenzie is shot. Blocker save Lemke.
Yeah, Lemke's been good.
Semling circling. Down low for Bowden. Back for Semling. Out front, Bernovic backhand chance. Pad save. And then the clear for Nelson.
Yeah, nice job getting it out, clearing the trouble in front of the net, because the Bluebirds are putting the pressure on.
McKenzie tried the one-touch pass and just gave it away. Fortunately, the Bluebirds able to get it right back.
Not enough on that one.
Nope.
Under 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Bernovic leaves it there to the high slot, but kicked off the stick of McKenzie by Danny Whelan.
Whelan's very pesky. I mean, she's all over the ice.
Look at her right in there now, putting the stick in the gut there, and giving her a little bit of a rub.
Able to get away with
There's a penalty. The crowd finally called one.
But now CPCR will give up the penalty, and that's going to make their situation very desperate, because now they're going to be shorthanded for the final two.
Yeah, not the penalty one. Down by goal, and it's under 2 minutes. Now you're going to play shorthanded, and you'll pull the goalie. It'll still be 5-on-5.
Play 4-on-4 for 3 seconds. And then Dallum will be released from her confinement and make it a power play for North Wright County. Power player a timeout called by Champlain Park Coon Rapids.
Well, they needed one. They have to talk a little strategy here. Obviously down by a goal and not a good situation for them to be short.
Well, you know, they were pressing quite well on that power play and had some real good opportunities, but Lemke just made some saves, Joe.
Well, they're out.
She's been impressive.
She really has, and they're out shooting the Riverhawks 32-27.
Yeah, and considering the start they had when they're outshot 12-4 in the first, they woke up, but sometimes it might not be enough.
Well, now 1 for 6 on the power play, and Yund officially, I have them for 18 power play shots. Oh. So more than half of their shots coming on those advantages.
Right.
Yeah. And
got to find the back of the net.
Goaltending wins you games.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lemke's been playing so well.
Well, and I think Lauren Weimer should get. I mean, she saved
the goal.
She
did save a goal.
That's the difference in the game right now. That rebound had gone between the legs of Lemke and was headed across the line, and Weimer was in good position to stop it up and get it cleared away.
Yeah, that's good team defense and awareness.
No scoring so far here in this third period.
Well, if anything we've found out this evening, these are two evenly matched teams. If they meet in the sections, it should be a heck of a hockey game.
Well, and hats off to North Wright County for coming in again and just forcing Champlain Park Coon Rapids to play their game.
Yeah,
staying on the puck, taking away space, and it's been all about the hustle.
They've been so pesky all night long, and really taking the Bluebirds out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, just like right there, that puck was a 50-50 puck. They won it.
McKenzie leaning in and ends up going down, and then a hand pass called. And that's the right call, because Lily reached out and grabbed it with her hand, and right there to recover it was Sid Bernovic.
And then all the way down in your own defensive zone.
Yeah, and you can't pull your goaltender, quite obviously.
Backdoor feed for Shum. Back up top. Nelson waits. Her shot blocked by Brnovic. Recovered in the corner by Lucy Felling. And again, North Wright County doesn't need to score here.
Nope.
All they need to do is keep it at that end of the ice.
Move it around.
And they have, on their power plays, they have moved the puck effectively. This one sent the length of the ice. Sid Brnovic in behind the defenders will get there first. Wastrel will head for the bench to try and make it 5-on-5 for the final minute.
Didn't call that one.
Not going to be called. Nelson's pass hit a skate and then couldn't be controlled by Zaholka. And that is a huge block right there from Callie Alphen as Larson had an opportunity at the empty net. Bowden can't get it out. Larson will leave it for Hansen out front. And the empty net goal for Lucy Felling. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Layla Dallow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And again, you talk about it. You don't get it out of your end, you're not going to win this game.
Yep, when you're outworked, you lose hockey games. And North Wright County, like you say, all night, loose pucks. The chance was they were going to get it first.
Yep, and they did.
Well, and great patience and awareness to move it to the open player who had no obstruction between her and 24 square feet
that's right.
of yawning net. And that should seal the deal with 34 seconds left, and now a 4-2 lead for North Wright County.
There goes another one. Nope.
Nelson holds it at the blue line. Alphen trying to feed it through traffic, missed everyone, and icing waved off. And if you're North Wright County, well, I think that probably was icing. It's just as well to let that time continue to tick away. Nelson banks it off the boards. That'll get out to center. The buzzer will sound. And the loss will drop Chample Park Coon Rapids to 9-3 on the season.
Yeah, and it's a gritty win by the Riverhawks. I mean, they came in here and just outplayed the Bluebirds from start to finish. And just give them a lot of credit for just pressuring them and not letting them to play their game, use their speed. Yeah. And that was the key.
Yeah, well, when you see teams before this with speed like Edina, et cetera, that ups your game. So coaches like to schedule good teams. You learn from those, even if you lose.
Absolutely. Yep. It definitely makes the better the competition you face, the better you become.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm a firm believer of that. And even though they had lost 5-1 and 5-1 to Minnetonka and Edina and then 7-0 to Orono in their last three contests, they came out and again, a team that maybe has a little more speed throughout the roster, has definitely been a more potent offense throughout this season. They put the pressure on them. They were always around them. They were right on top of them, took away their space, didn't allow them to get into their speed game.
You cannot get into a speed game when there's somebody right on you all night because you can't get the puck.
Well, I talked to my buddy who's the assistant coach on Edina and who just played them quite obviously, and he said, if you use your speed, you have to figure out their goaltender. But once you figure out their goaltender, they're a beatable team. But obviously the Bluebirds did not do that tonight, and Lemke played really well and really put the hammer down on the
Lemke really played outstanding. Was tracking pucks really well through traffic, and she did give up some rebounds, but not a lot, and she got a lot of support from her defenders. And you mentioned if you can use your speed, right? The Bluebirds really never were able to use their speed in tonight's contest. You didn't see them get many opportunities at all on the rush. Everything they were trying to generate in a zone offense because they just couldn't get in and get opportunities in transition.
And we talked about the back pressure. I mean, when you have back checkers like that, hustling that hard, they close the gap real fast, and then that player waiting for that player coming at them can use the blue line because they know they have support, and it's just hard to get the puck in the zone and do anything.
Yeah, and it's kind of what we expected. It was going to be a close game. It's two teams relatively evenly matched with a lot on the line, knowing that this will be a factor come seeding time for sections.
Yeah, and we talked about they lost to them last year. Now the first time they play them this year, they also dropped the game to them. And right now the Riverhawks seem to have their number just a little bit.
Well, we've got more hockey coming up for you here on CTN. Another big section battle, this time for the boys on Thursday when they face off against the Greyhounds from Duluth East. Then we'll see the girls hockey team in action in the Kaposia Classic over at Doug Woog Arena starting on December the 28th. We get back to basketball on the 2nd when we see the girls taking on Cambridge Isani. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, it's North Wright County 4, Champlain Park Coon Rapids 2. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jerry Grant and Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young. Say goodnight.